Hi, I'm Angified. I started Angified Presents.
We share the love of music.
It has been medicine and therapy. Nothing else worked.
It has saved many of us. With mental health, we need to open our eyes.
Hurt people hurt people.
We ask that you listen, comprehend, and relate with your ears.
Form that heart of unity and one.
We share on this stage.
Statistics, feelings.
And ourselves.
We stand with the belief to be you, to be heard, and to be original.
We all may be different, with opinions and beliefs.
At the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters.
We are family.
We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world. Open your minds, let in the love,
and listen with your hearts.
We all want a better tomorrow. Be one.
Communicate and look out for one another. And then, and only then, will you find the world.
We will find peace in all the world.
You'll find the world. And you will find in this giant world heroes among us and every boy and girl. Many have been broken, red hearts turn black. Love will melt the ice and turn it back, and you will find the world. You will find the world. You will find the world. And when you find a place called home, where everyone is free to roam, a whole new world, a better place for our children's futures at stake. And you'll find, with music in your soul, laughter in your hearts, together we can grow a better place, with love in us all. And you will find, together we can save it all. And you will find a place called home, where
Angified Presents Productions. And I said, rawr, rawr. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an awesome, awesome thing going on tonight. Oh, yeah. Angified Presents. As we share the love tonight, an exclusive interview with the one, the only ConArtist. I can't wait. You can't wait. Here it comes. If you don't know who he is, he says he's just a corny white boy hoping to entertain and inspire people with his music. He's here for people who fuck with lyrics, bars, and authenticity. He's anti-industry and anti-consumerism. However, very pro-community. He'll support you if you support him. You can find ConArtist out there on every platform. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, BandLab, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. The one and the only ConArtist! Yay!
Hi,
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
you too.
This is so awesome. Like, I literally have been following you now for like 4 years and finally get the opportunity to like meet you and dig into more of who you are. So,
I appreciate you having me on.
yes. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Yay! Oh, so ConArtist, let me just start by asking, like, where do you come from? Like, is it your grandmother's or your great grandmother's ovaries that gave you these musical genes that kind of flow into you because your lyrics, like they flow? Or was it your great grandfather's his nutsack, that kind of pulled and really like fed those strings and beats and vibes all throughout, like with because you're multi-talented and multi-genre as well, but your hip hop has just been like off the charts. So
Thank
where
you.
did you get that from?
I get it. I think a little bit of both sides. My dad, he was into music. He like played the drums and he played a little guitar, and so he had like a band or whatever. I don't know how like, I don't know how like out there he was, but I know that he at least was interested and he wrote songs and stuff. My mom, however, like she used to write stories and she wrote poems, and so her mom, so like my grandma from my mom's side wrote poems, and so it's kind of I get it from both sides, I guess, a little bit of everything.
Oh, that's awesome. And who's the painter or artist who draws?
My dad drew and I draw a little bit.
All right, all right. It had to flow through with the music because you literally you paint a canvas. And with this deconstruction of hip hop, man, you have painted not just a canvas, but a whole novel. So
That was the
kudos to
goal.
you on that. We're gonna check that
Thank you.
out in a little bit. So you guys just stay in your seats. So let me ask, at like, what age was it that you like literally started getting into music? Was it something where you sat there with mom's pots and pans or grandma's pots and pans on the floor and just started because you said your dad, was into drumming and things, were you following along with him or, like was it more when you started getting into school and
Well,
experimenting
yeah,
with, go ahead.
uh, I was just gonna say I started off. I didn't start off like making music. I started off writing. So I don't even know. It was like kindergarten or first grade, something like that. We went. I was 8 years old. That's all I know.
Okay.
Is we went to music class or whatever, and I don't know. All I remember is the teacher playing this like real like hillbilly like folk song almost, and it sort of got I don't know the melody something like the string something got stuck in my head, and so like all day I was just sort of coming up with these lines in my head, and just until when I got home I wrote them down, and I guess they were catchy enough. So and then from there I just
There.
started you know just writing whatever until I started to get into hip hop, and I started diving real into lyrics. So
Did you join like spelling bees, or did you read like the dictionary, or was it things like that that you used to help you improve when it came to your writing? Because hip hop is a
no,
challenge. It is a challenge to be able to
yeah,
write.
I got into mostly like YouTube. Like I got into like Eminem and like Tech Nine and like real like technical lyricists, and so I just I looked into like lyric videos and like breakdowns of music and songs and lyrics, and so that's when I got introduced to like double entendres and triple entendres, and so it got to a point where it's like everything I wrote from like I don't know 2017 and like 2019 at least, and a little bit now, but like especially then when I wasn't quite making music yet, I, I wanted every line to have a double meaning or triple meaning or whatever, even if I had to like stretch it and make it corny, right? Like even if it
Right.
was, it had to, there had to be something, you know what I mean? So then it just started to evolve once I started to listen to beats and
Oh, so awesome. So, so awesome. Man, I am just picturing you like writing and just jotting down. Did you carry like a notepad with you? Or did
I
you use
didn't
like your phone or a recorder?
I didn't carry it with me, but I don't know, I don't know, like in my room or like at the kitchen table or something, I would be writing like most of the day probably some days. So
Oh, that's awesome.
right,
How many notebooks do you own?
a lot, a lot
That's the true writer's way, right?
for sure.
So did you join like anything like in high school when it came to music related, or did you just pretty much stay, because you eventually evolved into the music with the hip hop and the beats and
Yeah.
things of that sort. Where did that like really come into play?
I didn't join band or like anything like that. Honestly, it came into play because I was really anxious and shy and whatever, and so my my cousin's boyfriend at the time, rest in peace. He he I don't know, my cousin told him that I like wrote raps and shit like that. So he told me to like because we all get together for like Christmas Eve and stuff. And so he told me to bring a notebook or whatever and just rap for him. And I was praying that he was just going to forget about it. So I didn't bring any notebooks or nothing. I just kind of went. I had my there was like I had a couple songs on my phone that I typed up, but so we get there and then I don't know, it gets like 30 minutes in and he pulls me aside and he's like, "Yo, you gonna rap for me?" I'm like, "Well, son of a bitch." So yeah, he takes me out to the garage and I'm literally like sweating internally. I'm like freaking out. Because I would rap like in front of my friends every so often, but it was
Mm.
very rarely anything I wrote. Um, so yeah, he just takes me out to the garage and he's standing in front of me and he's like, "Yo, got something like rap?" I'm like, I'm just standing there for like fucking 5, 10 minutes, just stared at him. And then I was hoping he would be like, "All right, forget about it." And he just stood
Right.
there. So 10 minutes, he's just standing there.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, son of a bitch, I have to
Like,
do it
now
now,
you
don't I?
have to.
Yeah, I have to do
Yeah.
it. So yeah, so I was just whatever. I pull my phone out and I'm like, I'm just staring at the lyrics, and he had like um earphones on his neck, and so he just hands them to me. He's like, "Yo, put these on, rap with these." And so I put them on, and then literally I like closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and I just fucking went. I just read everything out, and apparently, and once I looked up, apparently he liked it because he was like blown away. I guess he was like, "Yo, that's pretty good."
That's awesome.
And then
That's
he's
awesome.
actually the one that introduced me to BandLab later on. So that's yeah. So that's how I found BandLab, and that's when I started actually making music.
Rest his soul.
Absolutely.
He definitely was an inspiration, and we can see how he's touched your life. Even if it was just standing in that garage for 5, 10 minutes waiting for you to rap.
For sure.
He held you to your word.
That he did.
Oh, that is so awesome. And you've come out with several albums. Was that since then? Like, was
Yeah.
that your like initial like, okay, I'm gonna do this and just put into it on the lab? Because the lab you can get lost.
Yeah, well, I joined BandLab, and for I don't know, a few months, at least like 6 months or so, I posted something, but like I didn't want anybody to hear it. So I would put it out, and I wouldn't engage with anybody because I was like, I don't want anyone to find this. This is like, my dirty secret, so to speak. And so I just like I put it out there. I'm like, all right, I did my job. Um, and
Yeah, but you blew up.
eventually, yeah. Um, and then yeah, so a couple months goes by. I release another one, and then another one, and so I start getting a little bit more comfortable. And so I don't know. It's almost like when I was staring at those lyrics, I just sort of closed my eyes. I'm like, I have to fucking put myself out there now. So I just started interacting with people and with the community, and the community came came to me. So and then from there, I was like, all right, release an album, so I released Criminally Insane, and then another one, and so on and so forth.
Man. And now, like, you've got this de-escalation of hip hop,
Yep.
this destruction. What made you write this album?
Um, well, it was kind of a bunch of ideas put into one. So
Okay.
I had this idea for doing like originally it was supposed to be an EP. So
Okay.
I had this idea of doing like I don't know, this like real like underground sort of sound, just like an excuse basically to like say fuck norms and like fuck, just like free like freestyle writing, like what I mean? Free form. And then eventually I'm like, well, I kind of want to do a collab project with Willie Greens because he does shit with everybody, and like we have a relationship, like a collaborative relationship. And so he has albums with IRAP and, all types of people. And I was like, that'd be pretty cool.
Mhm.
And so I hit him up just as like, yo, you think it would be cool to do an album this year at some point, He was like, yeah, he's down. Like, yeah, I'm down. And so I just kept thinking, I'm like, well, I also want to do an album where I kind of want to go back in time. And so I want to go like to the elements of rap and like, whatever. And but I also wanted to make it socially conscious. So it's just a whole bunch of, this concoction of a whole bunch of ideas that just kind of formed into this.
I love this album, and I know you and I have spoke about this album before, and I said you kind of gave it the Eminem concept where you've got skits in there, and everybody, we're going to be checking this out because this album is incredible. And when you hear the skits in between all the amazing artists that he has on this, you're going to want to go ahead and hit it again. Speaking of artists that you have on this, you have quite a few collaborators.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and give them a shout out here?
Yeah, shit. Shout out IRAP, shout out Wiggis OBK, shout out Willie Green, shout out Ermo Stacks, shout out VRAP, shout out shit, I'm trying not to forget anybody. Um shit, shout out VRAP, shout out
Everyone that helped do
yeah,
this
shout out
album.
Impressivity. Yeah, everyone. Shout out everybody.
Oh, all the love.
Absolutely.
So, going into making skits, and your writing,
Mhm.
was that a different type of structure for you to write versus writing like poetry and, lyrically on the songs?
A little bit just in terms of like the albums, the way the structure is sort of different just in the way it flows together. Because I've done skits before, but the concept isn't as intertwined as this is. This, I wanted it to be like one continuous story, like no filler pretty much. And that's why it's so short. The others, there's like, you could argue there's some filler on it, and there's some, this it's just so yeah, like it hurt just I've done skits before, but in terms of just interwoven the skits into the lyrics and like the songs, sort of, yeah.
Oh man. That's question was just bothering me because I was like, he's written poetry and he's written stories and things like that, but to write a skit inside your album,
Mhm.
that's a little bit of different writing, and it can be a little bit difficult because now in between the songs, you actually have to figure out how to tie one song to another
Yeah,
that could be completely different in
right,
scale,
right.
and concept wise. So, oh, this is awesome. This is ConArtist, everyone. You guys better go ahead and check this out. Like, share, and subscribe. Run his numbers up because remember, he's the shy guy. And so, at this point in time, he's coming out to share this album with you. You come on out and subscribe to him today. Oh, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this first skit and this first song that you have here on this album. Can you tell us a little bit about your intro and the background noise track?
Yeah,
Numero
so
uno.
the intro, I do the skits like, I usually write most of the songs first and then I worry about the skits later to sort of, um
Yeah.
the intro is sort of the start of the story. I sort of walk into Willie Green's studio, and I don't, it's up for interpretation, but I don't know. I'm like, I hear a beat or something coming from a computer or his equipment, and so I sort of walk over, and I'm pissed off because Willie supposedly called me up and he's not there. So I'm like, what the fuck? And so I walk over to his laptop or whatever it is, and then I just sort of get sucked into it. And then I'm sort of background noises where like, I'm kind of falling into this trance, background noise, and so background noise is sort of supposed to be a personification of like overstimulation. So
Okay.
you got like a bunch of like just like abrasive, upbeat sort of sounds, and you got like I'm rapping super condensed lyrics and super fast, and it's just supposed to overwhelm you. Um, I talk about like cultural like cultural icons like Drake and like just sort of what's relevant with the times, just sort of, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's sort
Just
of,
kind of all the background noise that's
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
is
absolutely.
hearing about right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
And man, that's awesome. I'm loving this. You guys are gonna love this too. Let's check this out. Yay! Oh yeah. Find him on every platform, everyone. This is ConArtist. You guys go ahead. Like, share, subscribe, comment, give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell. You know, ConArtist. This is the introduction to the destruction of hip-hop. Here we go.
Hey, yo, Willie. Yo, you got a beat for me? Fuck. Wait a minute, what's this? What the fuck?
Chatter everywhere, scattered cerebrals leave your head in fear. Tethered and beating the amphetamine demons, infested with heathens, hedonistic essence, believe it. Claustrophobic, the wall start to close, and a couple crawling up, hyper-functioning, own likes, own feelings, no healing, distracted, repeating. My own creative can't see it. Music consumed with the day-to-day, and who's just who and who's and what. Have you tried this food? Doesn't have match, no, but the critics says the shit on TikTok, Israel's howling, bombs away, pros are starving. What about you, crazy, pine and fell? Sketches gay, come on, who's running? It's so insane, coked up brains, insomniacs, prematurely awake in zombie land. Caffeine feeds and dopamine and ADHD and what else? I don't know, I don't care. On to the next show, on to the next song, to the next piece of cling on to continuous loop, continue this loop, content with this loop and Backward noise, hear me, fear me, you have no choice. Backward noise, hear me, fear me, you have no choice. Backward noise. Hear me, fear me, you have no choice. Backward noise, eerie, piercing, down the void, unavoidable with the cubicle contracting, asphyxiate, hands clamming, the right atrium, max hammering, blood cells fear that stinky tune, your brain melts as anger and fears that base your mood, haste your root, pace the room, shaking up to switch, trample, depressed and burdened a mess, test around you, the scatter remains to death, aching each breath, catch, can't, taking a bath, exposed, walls closed, and overload, room flooded, can't escape, we trapped, beg for respite of death, dread, doom, depressed, head news, molest, deck by death, erase, fluid, or test, clutch, chest, breast, cardiac, the rest, press, possessed, rest, undressed, defense, space, shocked out, your neck, days, astonish your brain, rot, anxious, taste, phase, pain, nails, a sheet of slate, through grenaded blaze, techno, which saints said no, but they defense, no, who stays in a place, overstimulation, so many conversations, keep it shows to hog the nation, equal for whatever directions, and demolition, step in the head of a million minutes, sensitization, singers, serenading for free, so many allegations, and background noise, to the all the latest drama, and Kanye's voice, women shaking the gas, the president's getting assassinated, singing for peace, and max, and trans, taking a max, they're envisioning all the facts, with extended father to mess, diddy party with streamers, exploiting children, the weirs, and dracious, so the speed of Travis Custom, Taylor Swift, to what are your mind is feeding?
Man, that was amazing. Have you timed yourself for how many words a minute that you can rhyme or?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness, I would love to know like how many words a minute you just did right there. Like that was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, that it's funny because that beat, like, I don't know, I don't really make beats, but like every so often I'll just sort of get in there and experiment. And that was one of those. It's like the beat is probably like a couple years old. I just randomly, it's just like a bunch of random shit. And so I'm like, if there's any album to put this on and use this, this is the one. And I had no idea how to approach it, but I I don't know. It came out. So
Man, and it was incredible. Like I love the bells and the bells chimed,
thank you.
There's so often in music that the simple little things like those bells really go ahead and entice me to listen even more.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're blessing my ears, man. And I'm loving your talent and the gifts that you're going ahead and you're sharing. So, man, now you got to tell me what's up with the song What's Up?
Yeah, What's Up is on a narrative level. It's sort of right after background noise where it's like I sort of am into this wormhole or whatever, and so I just landed and it's just like all these sort of weird figures and like I just, you know what I mean? I stand out essentially as the premise. And so they're all sort of looking at me. I'm just like, what's up? You know? And that sort of symbolizes both in terms of like the narrative for the album, and also it's sort of like how I felt sort of emerging like just as a musician, as an artist. So, you know, it's like because I'm sort of different. I don't conform to like certain, traditional norms and this and that. I just sort of do my own thing. And so it's like, and very divisive, by the way. Like, I think that's part of, if you want to call it the appeal, is it's like, you either really engage with me or you fucking hate me. So it's like, um, so it's sort of that thing. Everyone's just sort of looking around, and it's like I'm just like they're not sure how to take me. They don't know how to. They don't know if they should like me, if they should be afraid of me. They're unsure.
So
But
you're
they
like,
keep
what's
coming
up?
back. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up?
what's up?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and check this piece out now. Man, you guys are already going to be on to What's Up. Here we go. Yay!
Going house as I look around me. They look down, but still nobody found me. Heightened brows, perplexed how I'm an offspring, separate planet. I can't begin to crown me. Still unsure, they murmur as they crowd me. Their heads turn astounded. Yes, somehow they still can't help but fawn me. They act scared, they're timid as they're talking. I just burst like looks. They're all shook, disturbed. They don't speak, they're shook. Look, I just look like they're all shook, disturbed. They're disgusted, so off the cuff, but can't comprehend. I do what I want to, follow rules designed to obstruct you. I'm aware that upsets you. I see what's coming, and I'm just here for a preview. I spawned from a chapter yet to be written. Yet all these familiar said the past was a vision. You're so condescending, my descent is a blessing to all the witness. Screw score to demonst, lose all your riches, do all your business, rude condescending. I'm Corny, managed less more against I'm rising, resistant to cast rising. The natural mind, see John, see I avoid the tax you the army. The Skynet could not harm me. Can't find a mind far deep the finding climate I girl. They all look down the aside. I just looked at them like look like they're all shook, disturbed. They don't speak, they're shook, look. I just look like they're all shook, disturbed. They're disgusted, so off the cuff, but
for the sake of admonition, don't grab the Kleenex thinking there's treasure of properties in the tissue. This dent in my head is a self-inflicted wound. Used to divide, elude, and illustrate my various issues as mountain ranges. Seen how the nose knows, and I cut mine to spot my face as my behavior was relayed to statistical anomalies and group study, comparing our plumage, basing their fighters off the rumor that the end goal was to be white mages in escrow. The calf was fattened as the mother's was drained. The cream came whipped and heavy, but still can't hold the weight of the slug cleffer in this 12 gauge. Shooting from the pit for cement, feathered birds of discretion. I felt it best to move off instinct and sense, the most primal selection. The bellin' whose infected bloodstream stained and sick of the perfectionist game of Pictionary. You know, salami, eggs, and bacon, baby.
I just burst like looks. They're all shook, disturbed. They don't speak,
the shook look. I just look like they're all shook, disturbed. They're disgusted, so off the cuff, but I just burst like look. They're all shook, disturbed. They don't speak the shook look. I just look like they're all shook, disturbed. They're disgusted, so off the cuff, but I just look like they're all shook, disturbed. They're disgusted, so off the cuff, but
Oh yeah.
Man, shout out V-Rap again. That beat is so fucking good.
Album without some record scratching.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Man, V-Rap fucking killed that beat. That's crazy. That's another one where it's like
I was gonna say, what was it like to work with DJ V-Rap? And you got Aramo Stacks on here too. Like, both of them are incredible. And just shout out to DJ V-Rap. I miss my dads. Just saying.
Yeah, that was another one of those beats where it's like, because V-Rap initially said like, let me, I asked feedback relatively quickly, and he was like, if there's any changes or whatever, I'm like, no, that's perfect. But it's one of those where that it just kind of sat there, and because I did it, I love the beat, but I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. Like I don't know how to approach this. Like there's so much going on, so I just sort of had to take the time out to like simplify it in my mind and like, you know.
Oh,
And then I hit Airmos up because I know, he had to be on this album.
He is another incredible writer who has just come out with a couple of new albums and EPs. Just amazing to watch Aramo Stacks, not only with his stuff, but then come into this album with you and destroy hip hop.
Yeah. That shout out Wiggins OBK too, because there was a little Easter egg in there that say what. That's a shout out to Wiggins because he has a sort of a Q&A interview series going on called Say What, and I was a part of that. So yeah, that's a little Easter egg. Hopefully he doesn't mind.
Salami, eggs, and bacon.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. And then you go ahead and we go to Say What to a Concrete Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, explain this to me. Because I'm thinking about a concrete jungle and I'm like, what the heck would that look like? Like,
Yeah, so this song is essentially where the deconstruction takes place. If you sort of listen to the beginning of the beat, it's like, what the fuck? Because, there's a bunch of samples and just like, I mean, you want to talk about abrasive. This is, in my opinion, probably the most abrasive song on the album because it's sort of everything coming like crumbling and so it's like you've got background noise where it's everything in your face, and then you got what's up where it's sort of the album started and like it's just a high energy, and then it fades into concrete jungle and like everything's just deconstructing and like because I arrived is the essentially it's like I arrived, so everything's sort of the whole system is crumbling. um and then that's when you get into the latter half of the song where it's real like super condensed writing, and like I love writing like that because it's so free form. It's like it's almost more intellectual than music. It's like I'm sort of puzzle like piecing these words together, and it's like I want to say this, but that's too simple. I need to complex it and sort of yeah, and so Concrete Jungle is a statement both in hip hop in terms of the genre and like sort of what it's become, like a hip hop, like a concrete jungle. It's sort of every man for himself. It's sort of, tribalism, and like everyone sort of, you know, like you're with me or you're against me. It's sort of like that sort of mentality. And it's also just sort of um a statement on like society in general. I mean, because it's
Yeah.
you got like sort of your groups and your tribes, if you will, the popular group, and the emo group, and like everything, and everything, and everyone is so desensitized and conditioned and insecure, and so it's all just like defensive, and like everyone for themselves. And so that's essentially what this is sort of talking about and represents.
I applaud you on your writing. Again,
Thank
I
you.
wish more writers actually thought that way, double concept, shall we say, out the box, what a genre is, what it is meant to be, what it is supposed to be, all throughout this album, I've heard, and not only with music, but society, like you said. All the background noise, going right from the intro to the background noise,
Right.
to saying, what's up in this crazy world, So I applaud you again on your writing and this concept
Thank
of
you.
this album. This is incredible. Thank you so much for letting me interview.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Yay! All right, we're gonna check out Concrete Jungle. You guys make sure you be careful because lions, tigers, and maybe orangutans may be included. But none were harmed in the making of this album. Here we go. This is the Concrete Jungle. Yay!
This is a place where the wolves chase the lions, the babblers, the tigers, all is pitiless, stone-hearted, based in anarchy. Fools the desire, supplies of fuel, food, feeding with sirens, don't start it. They once invited, evolved into violence, vulgar, vicious vanity, visiting the village that once home the velvet, till value converted to evil vibrations. They split into a hellish vacation, vacating the maker's creations, corrupted, the abyss erupted, emerged mightier than erupted. Rewind or remind you of the time for their struggle, but peace didn't know to smuggle or feast. All brothers, no beast to each other, no trouble we eat. But the once paradise beach turned to a just the jungle. All this deceased, Mowgli scavenging through moss and the leaves. Trees seem sketchy, scheming for meat. Even plant life is death-minded, sapping its prey. Sitting and listening to the house of pain. Everything's so battle-tested, an ecosystem full of malaggression. Egos missing the regulator, gone wild. The resistance turning the oppressors. All competition, no helping hands or pillars. It's not friendly either, it's kin, it's ether. Niles trolls getting split and bleeding, running as they go screaming. No soft landing, so hard knocks. Scars got scars on scars, bruh, tough. Often left in solitude, not even solid food to accompany you. It's awfully rude, manners are for the top to change. Can't afford to be nice to game and vitamin. It's tight as is, not exactly a supplement. Iron sharpens iron, not when it's aimed at your neck with ill intent. Gets rough. Pent up belligerence of frustration, in love with annihilation, inner turmoil, complete navigation, and hip-hop's the vehicle to express those frustrations. But it's death-driven, got your head spinning like an exorcism. Bastardization of the art form created to march forth and slay him. Verbatim manifestation of the devil's acquaintances. A bait to switch to pay for sins projected onto you. The painter's bitch, a vacant canvas to depict the heinousness of the human condition. Abuse its victims, to misuse their wrens, enslaved to approbation, behave to acquire praises. And that's the reality of Simon Cowell, Heidi, Melby, man. hand of a gar, a rationale of stardom. The others are laundry, stained with blood and tears, marking the hustle, the disenfranchised, the heartbreak, the rustlings.
This is concrete jungle.
Man, that's a concrete jungle. Yeah. Woo. That's what my head just did right there. It took me into like a rewind and a fast forward and then a bit, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
And
That's
that's
another
exactly what hip hop has done in the last couple of years.
for sure. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, a product of society. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say that beat is also it's in the same boat as background noise, where it's like because I made what beat of that there is. I made I produced most of that. So that's another one where it's like I didn't know what the fuck to do. So
I
like
was gonna ask you about that because
yeah,
being a writer myself, I'm listening to your music and it's definitely avant-garde, very experimental, something that most writers would have a tough time writing on. And so you wouldn't be the only one that'd be like, what the fuck? What's up?
yeah. Well, I made it easy for myself. So the first half is that's the what the fuck, and then it's sort of the beat is sort of destroyed, if you will, past that point. So I just sort of
Yeah,
do what I want,
but
and
it fits perfectly.
it's me rapping on the remains of hip hop, I guess, right?
It's almost on the edge of a spoken word. And
Yeah.
since you started as a writer, that spoken word does come out in certain parts more
Hmm.
so than the rap.
Yeah.
But it's perfect. It's a perfect blend. So I couldn't even tell that you screwed up in like, with the music because that kind of like disappeared and became background noise or
Yeah.
wallpaper as your
Yeah.
lyrics stood out, and your words. So,
Thank you. That was the
yes. No,
idea.
thank
So
you. This is awesome. It's not very often that, I get a chance to actually go ahead and speak with someone who really thinks multiple concepts at once, especially in creating an album on a topic that is very much in the times right now of hip hop, you know? So, and I'm sure, you followed Eminem and looked into, when he came out and things
absolutely.
like that. It's tough when you're trying to go ahead and be that next artist and stand out. And you're
Absolutely.
definitely standing out all over this album.
And also with this album, I wanted to with this song specifically, I wanted to almost like give my interpretation and my perspective on the way hip hop is and sort of,
Mhm.
critique it. But I didn't want to be disrespectful. So I wanted to like do it tastefully. And so that's
Right?
where you get here samples. And, I tried to, be tasteful about the way I'm presenting.
Absolutely. And like I said, your lyrics and vocals, the message behind what you're trying to portray in here is definitely standing out here. It's definitely telling that story. Like I said, we have a novel here. So make sure you guys go ahead and I think it was about this point in time when I got into your album that I realized if I played your album backwards, I'd have a whole new storyline. And it all starts again with that phone call. It starts and ends with that phone call. Thank you, Willie Greens. So tell me about Buzz Cola, because some of these names too have thrown me off as reading through.
Yeah, so that's I think that was the first song that we did for the album. That's a beat that
Oh, wow.
Willie, I assume, had a while ago, and he sent it to me, and so I was sort of rummaging through old beats that he sent, and of course he was making new ones and sending them, and I came across that, and it caught me, so I was like, this works perfectly because it's catchy and it's free flowing, so I can just sort of do whatever I want on it. And
Mhm.
so I'm sort of telling this story after Concrete Jungle, because Concrete Jungle was sort of the setting, if you will. It's sort of setting you up, this is the environment. And so Buzz Cola is me or my character, like the story. It's me sort of, I forget specifically how it starts out, but it's sort of me um talking about like, consumerism and like being this sort of player in a game and like not wanting to conform to it, just sort of being brought along and this mule, this work horse, you know what I mean? Like just sort of and yeah, and so that's what this song is. It's sort of there's multiple layers to it, but the idea essentially is consumerism, and so that's why at the end I tie it with like Buzz Cola because like consumerism and like products you give yeah, you know what I'm
Bzz.
saying?
Yeah, you get stung.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This this song you guys are gonna absolutely love. And don't take my word for it. Take your ear's word for it. Let's do this. Yay! Buzz Cola. We're listening to ConArtist. Check it out.
A young renegade forsaken, a feral seed undomesticated, he awakened. Not a day or single second slips where he stayed from being seized, snatched out by the seven seas. Culture corpus cultivating constraining culture, cucking consumers to remain fucked over. He's died in a dodge of vultures, barehandedly dismantling other armed soldiers. His age sense, from a kid to a stab, the million bucks in front of him when he winks and laughs. You can't intimidate him with numbers, he knows his worth. Shit, his coat alone's probably worth more than that. So they continue to poke their nose in his crack as they sniff. Get a loaf full of that, a hit, addicted as a fact. See a lone lost heart, they consider it fair game and try to break it till the cracks. Enslave him like a mule, carrying the whole load on his back. Do they pay him? Only with a false sense of security. Office is down, but only metaphorically. All sense is drowned, codependent on his owners currently. Till the day they don't perceive him as fruitful. They'll slice him and serve him as a side with crackers and cheese right next to a fruit bowl. That's the bait, circumvents he attempts to. Gunsuckers break, sees doom, but fate intervenes. The charge backfires, he escapes from the trees. Untamed and free he remains. Unscathed? Nay, his main talent but stays. As he returns to the battlefield, of which he feels safest. Better to be scurrying from nothing than remain complacent. Constantly observed, schizophrenic or sixth sense. The previous possibly the more serene of the prospects. Oversimplification of his identity exhausted, uncontaminated, unassisted, unregulated, keen on keeping position. Target of the opposition to his oppositions. Nauseated by corporate piglets. His liberty and zest on things left unconfiscated. Constitution of his self-identity unwavering in a fixed position. No contribution obligated to fulfill his karmic mission. Cosmically favored, though universally condemned. Institutionally retarded, but intrinsically accomplished. He sets the trends he goes against. Not a kind, but is conscientious. An artist of the craft ascension. Vibrant with the words of diction. Confinement's not a word he mentions. Each step's a new stroke. He paints with the brush of wisdom. He listens to the breeze of the birds and the screams of the chirps. A true apprentice of his mere existence. Predecessors he notes. Only four relies on his own perception. To invoke deep reflection. He emotes. Keep him guessing. Never fold. His biology is not easily assimilated. Typically takes great deliberation to reach complete apprehension. Not to appear too obtuse, he's just acute with his angles of approach. Soft-spoken, not mute, tangled tongue gets it. Wrangles up mischief with the phraseology he's equipped with. On his toes, quick wits. Average bloke he's not, but is. He's a you won't admit. Cod swallowed nearly every thespian recites. Ads begin to fill the minds of the progeny. Eliciting coke terabyte phosphoric acid. HFCS aspartame bastardized brains baiting and expanding the panda grand conspiracy. Poison the souls of men, injure their hippocampus, deprave the nutrients. Guts gushing a flame due to their lust for the flame. Bold but not brains, calm and tough break. Soldiers sunken by the seduction of the Buzz Cola.
Oh yeah, of the Buzz Cola.
Absolutely.
Man, I was lost in that one. That one like ended too quickly for me. I'm getting lost in it. Your flow is just amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So everything started with that song then. This whole
Yeah.
album started with that one song.
pretty much. I mean, I had the idea, well, the idea for the album evolved as more songs and more stuff came to be, but we had an idea to do a project, and this was the first one we did. So
I'm loving it. Absolutely. You know, Willie Green, big shout out. You
for
know, this
sure.
album is amazing. Make sure you guys go to DistroKid, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, everywhere. Sorry, I had to give another shout out. This is amazing. So, how long in all did it take for you to make this entire album?
Uh,
Because having collaborators can sometimes like either hold you
oh
up
yeah,
or
for
speed
sure.
you up.
Um, it slowed me down in my experience, but that's all right. No, this album honestly took most of the year. It took at least like 6, 7, 8 months. Because like
Wow.
I had it in mind to do, like I said, I was just like, I hit Willie up. I'm like, let's do an EP, right? Let's do an EP. It's not going to take that long. Like it's just sort of a side project. Nah, it took up the whole fucking year. So I mean, there's that. Because I wanted to make it, real intricate, and I wanted it to, you know, make
Yeah.
sense,
Catch you
and
off guard
yeah,
and completely tell your story and
be
get it out
impactful.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Stand up. Absolutely. And you're definitely showing your talents of, you know, your writing, your speed. I'm really curious on timing you one night. We might have to do that in another show. So you guys pay attention to ConArtist because, if you guys can tell me how many words a minute, maybe you can go ahead and sit with Con and ask him a question or two yourself.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we get to BO5.
Hmm. This is, I think, the
That
second
threw
one.
me off too, the title. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, does someone smell now? Or are we going down smelly
No, no,
society?
no.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. The title threw me off too, because that was the original title that Willie sent me, was B05 or B05, whatever.
yeah.
Um, it was that beat and that title, and I couldn't. It was his project, so in the project, like I could go back and tell him like, oh, I want this title, but like I couldn't change it. So I was like, oh, I gotta work around this title. So for me, essentially, the title is like best of five. So it's like a,
Okay.
you know what I mean, like a Call of Duty or like a war zone sort of thing. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, this was another one where it's like I wasn't exactly sure because the kicks or the snare, like it's like off. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I wasn't sure how to do it. And so I was like, okay, I'll sort of try my best to ignore that part and like every other beat I'll hit it. So it like sort of catches up with me or I catch up with it or however it plays out. And yeah.
Oh, I love it. Best of five. I'm giving you an I love you. Let's go ahead and check out B05 or B05. Yeah, you figure it out. Here we go.
Yeah. I don't do competitions, be it I still win them. Don't gotta be hostile to secure a position. A lot of cats claw, but many are so dull. You don't even need stitches. Run around defenseless, a super mistake. So it's one shock that I'm staking for bait. I know there's a certain mystique about being comfortable, but the second I lay guard down, rush to the hospital. Didn't grow up in the street, took alley side beatings, but I tend to think I didn't get into fights for a reason. It's not like I grew up with some white privilege. I grew up in the projects, poverty stricken, all creeds
at the rock bottom, trying to take off like Apollo missions. We hear the bell ring, it is go get 'em. Don't get knocked down by some government system. Schoolyard wasn't hostile per se. After a day of indoctrination, it was run off and play. Who's not to say that's not the most dangerous option? Rather being trained to adapt, you're encaged in a coffin. Metaphorical sense though, no threat to pistols. Threats where the sky is behind the eyes of officials. Appeal to popularity, authority too. Don't wear your hood or even a hat in school. This was hat day and you paid $5. Then it was cool, be sure to thank your mother. School shootings were such a dangerous threat. Good thing the intruders knew which they did not attack. Grew up in a small town, turning corporate sellout. Not exaggerating, every chain there is around. Full of Masonic temples, that of which they're proud. Keeping all the secrets to know you're not allowed. Boomers wanna talk shit, it's my generation's toxic. Who were the ones to adopt out to the tablets, the iPads, the Macs, and every Apple product? That's not me coping or projecting some trauma, just an observation, never understood all the drama. Rolling in on some feminist shit, moping all the feminist shit, dimming the scene unintentionally, not meant to be depressing, it's just real life. Get mad, fight and stand with the flame that's inside, unload every round, call it BO5.
Oh yeah, this is ConArtist. Woo! Oh my goodness. I could see the double concept in that already.
Yeah, I had no idea at the time how to flow Buzz Cola into that because they're so fucking different. So that's
Yeah.
how I sort of like if you notice at the end of Buzz Cola, it's like sort of skips and repeats, and so I just sort of did the same thing with that. You know,
Man,
hoping it sort of flows and makes sense.
well, that's funny because like I said, it's those weird beats, those strange beats where it's, those little kicks and things that spots you don't expect them.
Mhm.
And then strategically having a writer to be able to write on that. I mean, you did an absolutely incredible job. I
Thank
also
you.
noticed that you keep your songs within a certain time frame.
Yeah, well, with this album specifically, I wanted it to be real like condensed and like I said, sort of no filler, just like you know, real impactful and real like sit down and listen to it, and also because the album, at least one interpretation you could take away from it is sort of like anti-consumerism. And so it's like I'm calling consumerism out, I'm calling consumers out, if you will, which is ironic because it's an album and consumers listen to it. But regardless, it's also ironic because the length of it is so it's like 38 minutes long. Usually when I write albums, they're at least like an hour. And so this is like cutting it in half.
Yeah, and the tracks are like 1 minute and 37 seconds,
Yeah.
2 minutes and 49 seconds. You're
Yeah.
keeping it all under 3 minutes,
Well,
which is
also
so strategic.
I wanted to give people, it's almost like I wanted to give people like a taste and like sort of what wanting to come back for more. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
absolutely. Oh, well, you definitely had me wanting to come back for the next track. Tell me about Half a Dream.
yeah, so this is another one. Willie sent me the beats and he sent the title, and I didn't know exactly where to go. Um, so I just sort of like I don't know. It's sort of like a written freestyle. I'm talking about you know more details, like concepts in the album, like consumerism and like culture and um, like social things and just it's not a main track in the album, and but it's like it's sort of there to fill you in, like connect the pieces. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we're connecting all these pieces together in this novel that ConArtist has put together for your listening ears. Let's go ahead.
And
Let's
it's like a break too, if that makes sense.
absolutely. I think in all great stories and I know in writing, in anything that you read, a movie that you watch, there's always like that break or that climax or
Right.
that certain spot that you just kind of need that needs to be a little bit different to really impactfully make it stick out
Right.
and really put those pieces together.
Because up to this point, like you talk about like Concrete Jungle, and it's all
Yeah.
like rapid and like in your face, and this is more like, there's a lot there, but like it's more consumable. It's, you can understand. It's more comprehensible.
So he slowed down just a little bit in this one, but you know what? Like, I'm loving everything that I'm hearing from this album. I'm loving all of the words that you strategically really put together to make this happen. So kudos to you and all your collaborators and really the experimental music behind it. Whether it was from DJ V Rap or Willie Green or that you had stuck it together. I mean, it has definitely gone ahead and been one to catch my attention. So I'm hoping that it does the same for others out there as well. Let's check this piece out. You know it. Yeah. We're going ahead and we're going to check out now Half a Dream. It's only half. You're getting the whole dream here with ConArtist. You better like, share, and subscribe. Yeah.
Rules are meant to be broken, constraints are meant to be open. Fools are the scared and the hopeless. Some days are bitter but frozen. Tools carve stains of devotion. Veins grow shrubs of golden. Pains that trigger emotion. Rain that dribbles the ocean. Blaze the singer who's coping. Fame disguises a motive. Pools of sorrow convulsion. Jewels the bait for compulsions. A poet's potential stunted due to his own perceptions. Glutton for media reception. Poetry with rhythm lessened to showboats and yes men. Pinocchios on the road of the island, losing sight of the message. Trying to become a real boy, but instead losing his soul and his essence. Steals joy, murders the egocentric hedonist. The lack of security leads homicidal demons and sins. It may be all lies. You got to plead, flee, learn certain hacks to overcome them. Cumbersome linguistics and shambles. Spit twists so the mixed man handled. Yeah.
They say life is nothing but a dream. As I step back and stare with a drunken eye in my gleam, I wonder how it could be. The perception is a key to unlock your true realistic reality. A secret you could never find is fucking with another man whose mind's been gone celibacy. Other words, you could never mind fuck me. Me and ConArtist were locked in the tomb. So many times that we came through. Hotbox my mind, now it feels like I gotta sit back and untwine the past and the present in time. I sit here and watch as the time unfolds. I look at the God's hands and I wonder what's his next plan. You could never look into a man's soul that's been blacked out since the day of the birth.
Since the day of the birth, I've been watching ConArtist for the last 4.5 years. Now it's your turn. Tune in, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. He's coming to you. I like that one a lot.
Thank you. I didn't tell him to do this. I really like how Willie ended the verse with like, um, because I think it works perfectly. It flows perfectly into the next song, the concept of it.
Absolutely. And it only gives you half of it. So it literally is like separating it because I'm only telling you part of it. Like, this is where we change up a little bit.
Right.
And then you got Rebellious.
Yep. Got Rebellion with Nate Hayden. That's who I forgot. Shout out Nate Hayden.
Nate Hayden. Is that Haten? Is he Hayden? Or is he Hadeen?
Heydeen, I think.
Oh, wow. I had that all wrong. Big shout out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We've been working together for a minute, so.
Okay. Okay. And you actually had a music video for this one. Can you tell me a little bit more about this video?
Yeah, honestly, so me and Willie did like a promo for like for the album, and it's like real ratchet to just sort of throw together, like, what I mean. I don't know how to produce videos, but regardless, in the background, it's like a war zone. Like there's fire and like chaos, rebellion,
Okay.
right? So that's sort of the background to the lyrics here is like the aftermath of, it's fire and all that. It was just sort of something simple to like not sort of distract you.
Right. Something to kind of just show rebelliousness that's happening to kind of really implant with the words from the song.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna get rebellious. Well, maybe I will a little bit and tell you everybody better vote or I'm gonna come get you. Here we are. This is the destruction of hip hop. Con artist. Here is Rebellion.
Silent escape, be a violent evade. He's a silent, insane freak, vile, the grain because of his ideology. His nature's the mainstream, a fragmented worldview, a sad, different outlooks could fracture your worth to society. Or they view you to be, are you a lion or a sheep? Are you violent or peace? Stand aside, let the meek run your lives, don't be mean. He opted out of that prison he escaped, so they put him behind bars, locked him up in a cage. The more visionaries off the street, the more cash we get paid. So he's running from the law, an outlaw at a place. Since he's standing super tall, will he fall on his face or keep screaming fuck 'em all with a saw and a blade? You can torture his temple, but his soul will never cave and his will never break.
Break the chains of freedom. He's profound. Let our voices be heard. We'll be louder than the people on your grounds.
Through the grass as he runs, so turning back. Now he's done, fully mad. How he's gone from being treasured to trash. Won't conform, so he's laughed at and badgered and bad mouthed. It's sad, but it's just how the masses react. Now above him's a chopper, military grade, with a gust in his mug and a gun on his waist. Swerving side to side as I not catch a stray. He knows he's gonna die, but he's not going to lay down or take a beating without showing strength in his pain he's defeating.
Break the chains of freedom. He's profound. Let our voices be heard. We'll be louder than the people on your grounds. This is the rebellion. Whoa, we'll be louder than the people on your grounds. This is the rebellion.
Follow him on all those socials. Yes. Woohoo. Man, that one was like tranquil. Like, I just kind of like wanted to sway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I could lay in bed with that and just be like, bopping or in the car, like full
Yeah.
blast. Whoa, whoa.
Shout out Horacine. I forgot him too. I'm fucking slippy. Because I told him, I hit him up, I'm like, yo, you want to you doubt like, are you cool with making a beat for this project I got? He's like, yeah, sure. I'm
Yeah.
like, can you make it super simple? And just because I told him the concept and I'm like, just sort of like strip it back, like just. And so he was like unsure, and so eventually he like hit me back with that. He was like, this is a he was essentially like, this is as simple as I can make it, you know. So I just sort of I went in and I laid the verses, and it's real simple, especially compared to the rest of the album. It's real straightforward, um and it was intentional, of course. Like I didn't want to like overwhelm you. I just sort of wanted to keep pace with the beat, and you know, and then I didn't have a hook, and I knew I wanted this was sort of the commercial song for the album, if you will. Um,
Okay.
so I wanted to get a singer on it. I wanted to get a hook on it, and I I thought of Nate Hayden because we've worked together. I know he's super fucking talented. He's really dope vocalist, and he appreciated that I hit him up for it because he really likes the song. And I mean, it like he said that it was challenging just in the sense of it's not anything that he's done. Like he doesn't do those that type of songs. So he appreciated that I sort of hit him up for it and gave him the opportunity to you know, present in that way. And bro, I heard that fucking because he got it done pretty quick. And then I listened to it. I'm like, he just outshined me of my own shit. Like, what the fuck is this? I love that. That he fucking killed that.
That is awesome. Collaborations can be a lot of fun, especially when you get something back and you're not expecting it.
Right.
You know? And then on the other token, that like looking from his angle in, you know, the inspiration that you gave him to kind of step out of his comfort zone from what he is normally used to doing and taking on a project and then coming at it this way. Just awesome. That's total like evolution. So
Right.
as we're deconstructing hip hop, we're evolving at the same token. So
Absolutely.
this is great. I love this. Okay, so now you have to tell me about chocolate Noir because now we're getting into food.
What the fuck? Okay.
You froze for a hot sec. There you are.
I don't know what the fuck happened. The whole computer, like, it just glitched. Like, I don't know. Thought someone
We
was
went into the
hacking.
Matrix for a minute, you know,
For
because
yeah, for
it,
real.
it was chocolate. Like your computer wants chocolate too. So
No,
tell
for
us
real.
about chocolate Noir.
Like, yeah. Chocolate Noir is essentially because like chocolate noir is a complicated way of saying dark chocolate, right? So
Yeah.
it's a healthier version. It's bitter at first, and then you know it's more bitter. It's not as sweet. It's you know, but it's healthier, and so that sort of plays into the concept of the song and the album. You know, I'm just sort of this is hip hop, but in a more um healthy version. I don't know. That might get me in trouble, but you know, it's that sort of concept.
So you went
So
ahead and you took the dark chocolate and well, actually you took the milk chocolate, exchanged it for the dark chocolate and stuck it in the fondue pot, right?
right,
So
right,
and then everybody's
and
getting the fruit out and enjoying with you.
right, and it also plays into the Buzz Cola title because you know it's both food and is sort of has this consumer overtone and yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead now and get our chocolate on. Chocolate noir. I'm having a hard time saying that. Noir. Here we go. Yes.
Poet's life is poetry and strife, it's low wind. Holding mics and hoping might be alright, so it'd be all night. You write poems and coded lines, rhyme entire stanzas. No one to know is to drive. Still got a gauge and ambitious, like front steering suspensions. Got rich in conditions, fighting deniers banners. Bounce mass appeal with integrity, it didn't snatch the deal. The math doesn't appeal to me, ever to keep my sanity, ever to keep it real. Authenticity don't compromise. Like mix the salt or water with fresh. Often misery don't last. It's the history of the gallant. If this is backpacking and grab pads, class is in sesh. Disregard of door tips, your pins will get sharpener. The meat honing in, I'll go against the grain. The origin is unity, your rebellion gets the system egg. It was values and probity, your artillery in the entire base. Culture voices deflection for the projection that has taken place for the yes men to get upset with. The mirror reflects back their face. I'm here to rebuild and to restructure the foundation, to seed muster and feed courage, invoke thought, not the streetwalkers, but the protons that excite life. It's deconstruction of this mic night.
Bittersweet, the key taste. Let it make you keep coming back for more. Shock the new wall.
Distinct and hypnotizing, addictive, nutrient-dense bars. Now for those empty calorie stimuli, stimulate the purest as eyes bound to a endorphin. So we cut the supply of dopamine. This is more than an album to reboot your mind. So when you're indulging, don't lose your pride. It's a statement of sociology. Makes sense? The whole monopoly exposed it properly holds a profit, profiting off our artistic property. Holistic harmony is nearing extinction. To coup de grace, this is that food for thought. Vitamins meant to make you smart. Condensing, convincing commissions to pitch in approving conditions. Like Doom's food, the boost transformed into a culinary kitchen. Don't forget the greens to mix in with it.
Hey yo, the mix is heavy like vodka and rum. Feel the warm sensation into your tongue. I love when my mind and body begins to go numb. We out here looking for the end of the time, because we're breaking it down like the dinosaurs in the end of the time. Other words, a meteor crash when we coming through. It's like you enter a restricted area that you could never confine. The world's black and white through my mind. Chocolate noir, bittersweet as the ending that you taste. So me and ConArtist about to put this body back into the place. We're dissecting hip-hop's body and seeing what it meant to be, performing lyrical autopsies every time we step to the mic.
Bittersweet, the key taste. Let it make you keep coming back for more. Shock the new wall. Shock the new wall.
Oh, yeah. I want some dark chocolate now. And I think I got the word noir.
Noir, something like that. Yeah. Whatever I said in the song.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness.
No, I
And your
literally,
collaborators on that were incredible too.
yes, Willie Green's killed that beat, and the verse is dope too. Absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as the word, I want to point out, I want to mention, because he sent the beat and then that was the title that the beat had. So I literally had to Google how to pronounce it. So I had it. So I would put the title in the song and pronounce it relatively correctly. I mean, I don't know how close it is, but
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that had a problem saying that word. I want does that do you know, does that word come from the Latin language, or is that like something French?
I'm
Because
not
it could go
sure.
either way.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not sure.
Noir sounds fancy. Let me ask about, because you have the meetup skit that's
Hmm.
coming up next, and then the Mike Titans.
Hmm.
You want to explain your skit to me, please?
Sure. So, well, I'll start with Mike Titans first, because that the skit tight,
Okay.
Um, I told Willie like I wanted sort of a posse track. I wanted to get, all of us sort of on the song and just, sort of a shout out. And so he sent that over, and actually they already had the verses on it. So it was just me that came in. Um,
Oh, wow.
so,
So you were the last one to jump on this?
yeah.
Okay.
So um I assume it went in the order. I don't remember the order. I raps before me. Anyway, regardless. Um so he sends the beat and of course the verses. And so I write to it, and I like the song, but when I was going back and constructing the album, I had no idea where to place it. I had no idea how to tie it in. It was sort of out of place. So that's when I came up for the idea with the skit to try to make it make sense. And so I told Willie the idea, and I'm like, yo, I want this idea of, you're going to be sort of waiting in the car for me, and I'm going to come, and then you're going to say, oh, I'm waiting on these two other rappers, right? Going to come to the studio with us, whatever. And so I introduced myself, and so with both of the introductions, I make a little joke where it's like, because Wiggis is German, so I wanted to make it where I almost had trouble understanding him. So I'm like, yo, I'm Khan, what's up? And so he's like, I'm Wiggis, OBK, and I'm also go by this name as a producer, and I'm like, say what? So it was like another Easter egg.
Nice.
And then he's like, says his name again. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I sort of introduce myself to iRap. And I'm like, yo, I'm ConArtist, what's up? He says, and then I wanted, because I wanted the joke to be, I told iRap, like, iRap. So it's like, his name is iRap, but I wanted sort of conflate it like, I know you rap. You just told me you rap. So I to make that joke. And so I'm like, yo, I'm Con, what's up? I rap. I'm like, oh yeah, me too. And
that's a con.
Yeah. And it's like, so what's your name? And then he just like, I rap. And I'm like, I know. And so it just sort of plays the joke out where he starts getting pissed off and he's like, fuck it.
Well, don't fuck it. Listen to it. If you want to fuck to it, I'm sure that's okay. But let's check this out. That's right. Here we go.
Man, let's fuck these fools at, yo. I told him meet me at the studio about an hour ago. It's alright, yo. About to smoke my little weed. Listen to this track. We got going on for my new EP. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, nah, I thought that was Alpha coming up. Oh, wait, what up, Con? Where you been, dog? We ain't heard or seen from you in a hot ass minute.
Honestly,
since I shut the studio, man.
What's up?
Well, check it out, yo. I got this couple cats coming down to the studio right now to record some shit.
All right.
I think that's one of them right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, is that them?
Yeah, that fool right there.
All right.
Hold on, he's getting in right now, dog.
Yo, what's up, man? I'm Con. Nice to meet you.
Yo, what's up, man? My name is Wiggis. Nice to meet you too. But you can also call me Dr. Okomo.
Say what?
Dr. Okomo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit confusing, but that's how the people call me,
I bet. Hey, what's up with you, man? I'm Con.
Yo, what's good? I rap.
Yeah? Shit, man. Me too. What's your name?
I rap.
Yeah. I know. What's your name, though?
I rap.
I know.
Never mind, man.
The fuck?
Just forget it.
What is this dude retarded?
Yeah, Dr. O's in the house. Genauso wie mein Man mit den Prince. Wer hat den Funk? Burnt Minds Records. Straight from UBK bis in die Vereinigten Staaten. Whoa. Sind die Mic-Titan, rocken den Scheiß seit über 2 Dekaden. Die Stimmung bleibt geladen, Wack MC schmecken schweißgebadet. Gleich die weiße Fahne, Big ist der einzig wahre Style-Nomade. Wechselt seine Beats öfters als Seite bis zur Seitenstraße. Wenn sie mich hören, wie ich hier meine Scheiße fasse. Meine Augen sind Glas, ich werde Seifenblase. Dennoch bleib ich cool, auch an heißen Tagen. Rock du deine Gangster-Partys in deinem Pyjama. Ich verteile mein Kram und brauche keine scheiß Reklame. Jo, ich bin immer dabei, wenn diese zwei mich fragen. Und droppe dann mehr Weisheiten als der Dalai Lama. Yeah, also mach kein Traum.
yo, began choking him out like he got locked in a hot box again. Because I be losing my wisdom because I got my tooth knocked out again. Other words, I'm just pretending because I be writing this shit from past tense. Now hold up, wait a minute, because I be looking forward like I was a gypsy fucking with your mind. When I met the sales, looking at my crystal ball, but give me some change for sparing my time. So when I try to dissect my rhymes, I'm like a poetry coming in motion because I be keeping this shit flowing like a tidal wave in the ocean. So who really wanna catch me with the lyrical potion? Because I hit you with the love potion 69, hit you with the chronic with perfect time. Wigzo became Chapavelli and Willie Green's in the middle, kinda like a hardcore edible, kinda looking for a riddle, getting lost with a space cake. So go ahead and take my place.
Yo, check it. There's only one beer left. Pour it out for doom. Sad to hear he left, he was gone too soon. Rappers act dusty, pull up with a broom. My street sweet, Mr. Clean Sun Tzu. I don't see nine, see the sun through. I'm inside my dojo, kick knowledge kung fu. But they the Jackie Chan and Jack moves with raps untrue. And it's all cap too, cause fighting's what they do like Nosferatu. Just send a beat, watch me impromptu. I grip a buck too, got clout chasers hauling ass back to Timbuktu. Disrespect the crew, then I'm afraid it's a big fuck you.
Yeah, so get the lube, bend your move, fuck the dome, till the lips red and blue. Let's call it a head wound, finna let loose on these feds, getting me in a bad mood, an upset loon. Send a platoon of baboons to aim shoot at your buffoons. Lead wounds, fucking kill the critic, put the town maroon. I don't mean it for the I'm obscene, other than an army, a village I'm on raise, will send him all on me. I pit him like John Cena with it, comes feed and feed a beast, I rip it, like a corpse and it sees to stitch it. Fucking deconstruct your psyche, easing up, not like me. Your consumer so spoiled, like a bag of ice cream. Sit and listen, sit to signal your main roots. Any brain cells or instead loot, cause those are fundamentals. Get it? Fundamentals. But fuck the mentors, it's bare fisted. Like we fight in kung fu. I eat your vultures like a beat, each drumstick. What you mean? Cause it's an instrument tool. Fucking stupid.
That was definitely not fucking stupid. I was loving that. That must have been really difficult to like go over top of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's just sort of real punchliney and real like tongue in cheek. That's why it's like the ad libs is like hi yard, like that's
You
it's
came
like
at him
that's
like
fucking
John
stupid.
Cena.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
and also
Oh my
like the
gosh.
bear face, like kung fu, because Kung Fu Panda. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of things in there. And you can see like the difference between artists with the hip hop.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about Off Grid.
Yeah, so Off Grid, I think it takes place after the search skit. And it's just sort of this idea of like, I don't know, the skit is like a music exec or somebody sort of calling me up and being like, yo, where the fuck are you? You haven't dropped all year. Like you just sort of disappeared. And so that's where it takes you to Off Grid, where it's like, well, I've been off grid. I've been like sucked in this wormhole. Like I don't know where the fuck I am, sort of thing. And um, sort of just playing into the whole like, being self-sufficient and just sort of away from the noise.
I definitely hear a whole bunch of really cool things in this album. And these skits in between, it just kind of like puts things into more perspective as we go along in this album. And I'm loving how you did this. Once again, big props on your writing. Let's go ahead. Let's check these out. Yeah. You guys better go ahead and do it. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. This is ConArtist. And, do it. Once you listen to this album this way, go ahead and listen to it backwards. You're going to love this. ConArtist is in the house tonight. You guys better go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Hit it up. That notification bell. Yes. Let's go ahead. Let's check off and go off-road.
Hello? ConArtist? Where the fuck are you? You haven't dropped shit all year. You're out here dissing gays and making videos about the fucking NFL being rigged, alright? Just quit rage baiting 12-year-olds and get back in the studio. I need that album done by the end of the year or it's your ass. Goodbye.
People look but they can't find me. And the trenches they can mad grind me. Second faces can't hide me. Systems certain they can't find me. Nah, I've been in the trenches they can mad grind me. Yeah, can't hide me. Bruh, big brother break trying. But I'm on off grid, I'm flying. Yeah.
If he was looking for a pipe dream, a Viking set so for a free life but fighting all the struggles of daily strife. I'm sightseeing what it's like living among the rejects is heightening. What's I see next? A shipwreck? I was just so sick of living among the dead. I'd rather abide with no law demands, no camaraderie, all demands. Yeah, and everyone thinks they're the man. Yeah, but no one actually wants to be a man. So self-entitlement, self-centered, cells in hand, scrolling up down feeds the gram. Yeah, I guess whatever feeds the gram, but the gram feeds poison, seeds the damned. Cause no one wants to see the gram. Let Nan feed you? Nah, Uber Eats super faster, yeah. Committed to convenience.
Name something better.
And a personal connection.
Damn.
Spoiled little bitch is itching for the next dopamine hit. Attention! I get it. I'm a man too, I'm prone to fidget. But it's all deflection, all escape. As you know the world's fucked, but you don't know how to escape it. So you play pretend. Are you all really as important as you say you is? You don't think so, that's why you're faking it. Man, people's gonna hate on this. I'm calling them out, that's fucking cringe. And I'm about as offbeat as it fucking gets.
Trash.
Fucking basement kids. Can't use your head, there's no brain in it. Just computer chips. In your role linked by artificial intelligence. Y'all probably didn't even get the shit.
Ass. Man, you just better.
Alright, yeah, I'll admit. Narcissism gets on my fucking nerves, not even because you're a dick. You're so damn dishonest, it makes me sick. Could project your complexes and inadequateness. I'm 20 years old, I shouldn't be telling you this. Stuck in the matrix, been made age of Satan's prison. Shit.
People look but they can't find me. And the trenches they can mad grind me. Second faces can't hide me. Systems certain they can't find me. Nah, I've been in the trenches they can mad grind me. Yeah, can't hide me. Bruh, big brother break trying. But I'm on off grid, I'm flying. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. ConArtist. I was flying with you too, and I'm listening to you subliminally, like you're in my ear. And you're talking to me like you're totally off grid.
Yeah.
I love it. Like you even implanted the concept into my hearing during the mixing as well. So, I'm hearing all these great things coming out of this. I can't even say enough. You guys better go ahead, like, share, subscribe. ConArtist is blowing up. This is 2025 with the deconstruction of hip-hop. Just wait till you see what he does next.
Also, one thing I want to point out, I may be
Yes.
overblowing it, but to me, this line, I love this line where I talk about like AI, and I'm like in Euro linked because Neuro link. I don't know. I thought that was cool.
That is awesome. And there's been a lot with AI and Neuralink this past year and different things that it can actually help people do. But I got to be honest, it is a little scary.
Yeah.
Somebody attaching something to the back of my brain cell, like a little like vacuum that goes in the back. That's not just in movies anymore today. It is actually real. Yeah. And then the fact that they can like clone us, like that makes AI like even more scarier because if they can clone us, they can also program us.
Right. And they can program the clone and get rid of us.
Right? Right? And it's funny because in the hip hop world, that's a lot of said to have happened. Like a lot of people are clones in the hip hop industry. So ConArtist is 100% real and authentic. So, you definitely want to have him. Okay. So you got to tell me about this next piece here because Aaliyah,
Yeah.
she died too early. She was very, very talented.
This song is a story. I wanted to have because in a lot of albums I'll do a song where I'm talking from the perspective of someone else. With this one, it's sort of me going through like the female perspective of like, growing up in a rough environment and like,
Yeah.
being socially conditioned essentially. And so I'm not, but I didn't want to, I thought if I was talking in the perspective of a female, like that wouldn't really work. So the first half of the song is me sort of setting the stage and me sort of like telling her story from a narration point of view and then setting up for Impress to come in and, to talk in first person about, how that sort of affected her and, as this character, as Aaliyah, and which I mean, shout out Impress because she absolutely killed it. And if you want to get no more sort of backstory behind her verse, she has a go to her Instagram, but she put a lyric dissection on hers and sort of gave the background of where her head was at with this song. So
Wow, kudos to you too for taking it from a male perspective to a female perspective. That's not
right.
easy, you
No, it's
know.
not. When I was writing it, I was like, I don't know, because I was like, I wanted it to be convincing, and I was trying to put so much into it. I was like, I hope this doesn't come across like weird and like there's sort of like too much. Like I want, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I wasn't sure how I felt about the verse at first, and then I sent it to Impress, and she was like blown away by it. So I appreciate Impress for jumping on the song, and I mean, without her, there wouldn't be a song. So yeah, I
Man.
originally came to her with the idea because I had the idea for the song, but I didn't have anything written yet because I was like I wanted to have somebody there before I wasted my time writing the verse and recording it. So I told her about the idea and she liked it, but she was like, "Man, I don't know if I could do that. Like I don't. That's a lot. Like that's what I mean. I don't know."
Well, Leah
Um,
was a queen, but Impress obviously became an empress.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I sent her it, and literally like fucking 15 minutes later, she had it
Voila.
late, the verse laid, and I was like, holy shit.
That's magic. That's magic right there. When you can have it
Absolutely.
something like that happen. Because like I said, it's not easy to write in third party, let alone from a male to a female perspective or vice versa. It might
Right.
be a little bit easier for us girls, um, to write in a male perspective nowadays with society.
Right.
Everybody's out for themselves. So, women
Right.
have to be a little bit tougher day and age.
Right.
But it is definitely difficult for a male to write on to a female's perspective. So I give you big kudos for attempting that.
Thank you.
A lot of men be getting beat up right now. But Empress has become an empress on this piece. Make sure to go ahead and check her out. You said she's on Instagram as well. We're putting the descriptions in the video so you can go ahead and you can check out all the great collaborators that are on this piece. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to every single one of them and share that love and let them know they did not destroy hip hop in this album. They actually went ahead and showed us hip hop in this album. They showed us lyric writing, feelings, and how it should be, really. And it's very difficult to express that meaning and get that across to people. So you did
Right.
an amazing job.
Right. This album was very ambitious, and I was sort of afraid that like I was very surprised when people sort of took to it so quickly because I was like, this is people are like like this is very risky. This is such a left field from like I've done tracks here and there is sort of in the style. Like I've done verses for Airmos, with a similar writing style and stuff like that. But a whole album this ambitious and telling this story and yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised when people took to it because I wasn't sure they would.
It's a novel. And like I said, the music behind it definitely catches your ears because it's something different. So
Right.
you definitely stood up and stood out the box here with this album, and it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. All of your collaborators on here are also just as incredible. I mean, the work that it takes to be able to jump on something from somebody else, and to
Right.
be able to put their hearts in it and just rise to the occasion, even if it wasn't what they were used to doing, you know.
Right.
It sounds like you've pushed a couple artists to really step out the box this album is so thank you for being an inspiration and
Of course.
continuing to do what you do, not just for yourself, but for others.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone too. Like they're all inspirations to me. And it's funny you say that because I mean it was that way. Like people came to me and they were like thanking me because it was so different. But I'm very meticulous when it comes to features most of the time. Like for albums specifically, because I want the song to make sense for the artist. I want us both to sort of
Right.
shine and do our thing on it and not just have it be random. So I hit Airmos up for What's Up because I'm like, I know he can do something with this. And then I hit, you know, um, Impress up because I'm like, this is different than what she's done. But like, if anybody were to like, I don't, I mean, she would fit perfectly. So yeah, I mean, and then with Nate Hayden, like he was telling me how different it was, and I mean, it is different from his usual stuff, but sonically, I thought it made sense. I'm like, this is, I don't know. So
Oh, that's just awesome. It's magic is what it is. It's your novel. Okay. You gotta tell me. Oh, we just talked about Aaliyah. I just wanted to hear more about Impress becoming an empress. Let's go ahead. Let's check out Aaliyah. Yeah. Make sure to go ahead and check ConArtist, blah, 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 blah. I can talk on everything. Yes. ConArtist, that is on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, BandLab, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Make sure you go ahead, do it. Here we go. This is Aaliyah.
Girl, young enough and coming with hair just a pearls world, cruel and unforgiving, mothers never listening, and fathers with their brother practicing his batting skills. Her only parents is the TV, Instagram and mom swallowing the pride to make themselves a scene, seem happy so they must be. If only she was pretty, she could have me on her heels throwing roses at her. Funny, school, former incarceration, program of the matrix, seeking to solidify the indoctrination. It don't appeal to her, she's born, she's insecure, she's boarded to her with mirrors that make him to hide the tears. Fearful of the real world, rejects the surface nightmare to have her, your dream is to feel accepted. Seeing it to be impressive, peace is a foreign concept. The teachers will seem indifferent if she or class and passes. They'd rather preach equity and scatter sheep recklessly instead of feet in minds or seat in crime. She's always on edge, fears the new normal. Yeah, she's always on edge, fears the new normal. But it's not so new of a concept, she's desensitized from it. Her attitude's plummeted, combative moves constant epitomization of her environment. She goes home, bloody from all the battering. Letitia did the badgering, Shia was less than flattering. So Aaliyah, she had an ass to beat. Grabbed her fucking backpack and strapped it like a jetpack. Swung around it, hit her upside the head fast. Don't make it the concrete, left in lonely defeat. If she's bleeding, skull bruised if not seizing. Blessed guys are now this hoodie. She runs home, astounded by what she just done. She's greeted by complete ignorance. Her mother too busy doing drugs and a bee porn. Love it just seems normal. Her bub, a big player, the son of a head honcho. The blocks, next big hope, trained to be the next John Doe is impulsive. She lays in her bed, she tries to sleep, but the visions keep going constantly. How could she get her dad's approval? Her mom's a whore and her dad's abusive. He moves rocks and she's a user. Brother outacted and nuisance. How could she not feel secluded? How could she not drown in hatred about self and agonization? Don't know if she killed herself, if it would be to get rid of pain or transfer it to those who fueled it. Inner conflict is a juxtaposition. A center complex is just a rendition, a social condition, and hoping and wishing life would be different, but all your ambitions are frozen and tainted by the suspicion you're oppressed and you're hated and stuck in this matrix of abusive enslavement. So as the years pass and the leaves die, till the recycles its design, she turns to escapism, and up and down the pool as she slides, basking in the attention and the pride, hoping someone will love her as she cries, praying out to a God that she don't believe in, but shit, what she got to lose, she don't perceive it, so she lets go and releases as she exposes her grievances.
Impressed divinity, ConArtist. How's she feeling? How's she feeling? Accepting pretty hurts, yeah, get used to it. Fairy tale said Prince Charming would find pretty princess, but that ain't it yet. So consume the pills and booze, what is left to lose? Need a couple bucks and the bad bitches get most views. Every good time must be turned out, people all opportune use. Beauty in the pain, now she's the beast. Name quake the streets, going off that Molly, still hoping for spiritual release. Black, white, Asian, she finds they all weak to the peen. Ain't no love unless it's between sheets. And she bad love, so she gone before sun rays tickle your eyes. Wrong number when you call, can't get no reply. She online and live, twerking with her girls, they're their favorite song. Many rainbow color shorts and thongs. Broken spirit Barbies and scuffed up living Bratz dolls. They think they know her and got it all wrong. How to love when love never loved you. Only fools fall in love and she not no fool, boo. They think she off a square cause she keep a flash full. It's pretty and bejeweled. Field case just in case was love of her heartbreaks and she sits to the bus and waits. Oh damn. Here comes a predator disguised as a friendly face. All he sees is a sexy body and a gorgeous countenance. She rolls her eyes as he says, to smile, you more beautiful that way. Pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. Yeah, pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. She looks him up and down, already know what's up. Bad attitude, cause that won't deter a dude who intent to use and abuse. Spark a blunt, messages blowing up. Her daddy died last year, she misses him so much. Losing the pain for a brief moment and pieces of who she used to be with every fuck. Pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. Accepting pretty hurts, yeah, get used to it. Fairy tale said Prince Charming would find pretty princess, but that ain't it. So consume the pills and booze, what is left to use? Need a couple bucks and bad bitches get most views. Accepting pretty hurts, yeah, get used to it. Fairy tale said Prince Charming would find pretty princess, but that ain't it.
Oh yeah, that was Aaliyah. Empress slayed that.
Absolutely, she did.
Oh my goodness. I was enjoying that thoroughly. And that is like, you know, being able to find another artist to keep up with your style and the way that you do things, that's really rare. That's like a penny in the wishing well.
Right.
And, so she definitely sparkled on that one.
It's funny
She
because I
definitely
talked
got her story
for sure.
told, which is
Yeah.
amazing because a lot of times we hold those in and that's a big step. And you could feel her emotion and pain through that as well.
Right.
15 minutes, you said?
That yeah, like it's funny because we talked about earlier how I said like I'm used to
Wait,
other
and
features and stuff sort of dragging along. That was not the case with her at all. I wrote it. I sent it to her, and I'm like, all right, she'll let me know if she's down to do it. Whatever that is. Fucking, I'm not even exaggerating. 15 minutes later, it's crazy.
oh, that's awesome. That's one that kept you on your toes.
For sure.
All right, so I have to ask this question then. If you had a goal or a mission, um, because you do seem that you love to go ahead and influence and collaborate and really teach and learn from others. Um, what is something that your goal or mission is that you would like to share through your art and your craft?
I would just sort of, I don't know. I mean, I would sort of want to inspire others and, hopefully people can take something away from my music or me just in general and, just sort of build a, a family, for lack of a better word,
I
a
love it.
group, like just sort of all come together because there's a lot of division. And also I want to help spark or inspire people to appreciate just art in general and
Yes.
the process, because what I see generally isn't people who love music. They love what music does for them. They love sort of that escape. They love, just sort of being able to sit back and it's like, I recognize this person, just sort of it gets my mood up, whatever. And it's never about the art. It's not generally people who like appreciate and love music or love art. It's real like egocentric in the way that culture has consumerized and commercialized and conditioned, programmed, if you will, our perspective on music and art and all of it.
I I think that's one half of it. I think the other half is you have listeners and then you have creators.
Right.
So we have a different
But
type of ear a little bit, you know?
for sure. But I also, because that's true, but also I think everybody is a creator, and I think that what
Yes.
holds people back from that generally is like insecurity or an inferiority complex where it's like they see this celebrity or this and they're like, well, I can't do that, or I'm not on that level, so like I'm just going to listen and like you know support them or whatever, where it's like really you're a creator, like you
Yeah.
need to get out there and start making music, or
Right.
not
It's
even
as
music,
easy
just
as
not
that
even just music, but
xylophone that you
expressing
got
yourself.
when you were a kid. Just play.
Right, right,
Tinker. Explore. Your
absolutely,
brain has many doors.
absolutely.
Now, let me ask you, if you were to go back to that shy guy in the garage that we talked about earlier, and from now till then, if you were to give him any advice, what would it be?
Um, just keep going. I guess that's really the only advice I think that's necessary. I mean, you can you can go back and of course, like you could say, oh, like this is how you work this program, and there's like nuance to how to do this. But at the end of the day, it's like you got to do that journey and you got to sort of learn it and experience it. And so I would just say
So,
keep going and you know, you're going to get a lot of shit for a lot of different things. You're going to get banned and taken down off of fucking, you're going to go viral and then you're going to get fucking banned. And like, it's a journey. You got to keep going.
that's awesome. So you'd pretty much tell him, like, um, don't make it wait 10 minutes before rapping.
Right.
Just step in. Let's do this.
Right. Right.
That's awesome. Ugh. Now we're gonna be closing out on the last song of this album, and I'm just really like, I don't want it to end, truth be told. And that's the name of this last track is The Truth. You want to go
That
ahead
is.
and tell us about this?
Yeah. So this is sort of the opposite of background noise, where it's real stripped back, like it's just sort of this melody that plays until it fades away, and it's just me speaking essentially. Like you want to talk about spoken word, that's essentially this song. There's like a little rhythm to it. I'm trying, you know what I mean? But essentially it's spoken word, and it's just, it's like all like everything aside, this is just like the moment in the album where it's sort of the most genuine and authentic, where it's like all bullshit aside and all, glamour and all, enough of me just calling you out as if, I'm against you. Like I can resonate with you because I am you. It's
Right.
that sort of thing.
Yes.
So that's the essentially the epitome of the truth. That is the ultimate truth.
I love it. And I love this album. This may have been the deconstruction of hip hop, but it was the evolution in time.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead, check out the truth right now. And that is the truth. Like, share, subscribe. ConArtist! Woohoo!
Yeah. It may be time to tone it down. I speak my mind, why it's so loud. I cry inside at what surrounds. Try to survive another round. Find peace in war, chaos abounds. My heart so sore it needs to lounge. Light my core and pour it out. Ignite my force, it won't burn down. So insecure, so worn out. My pictures blur, can't figure out what's real no more. So hear me out. Maybe that's part of our dysfunction. Our self-doubt is pure corruption. I'm not sitting here acting proud. I'm simply stating what I found, not my assumption. Yeah. I guess it's true, we're social creatures intertwined like lace on sneakers. But too startled to admit such vulnerability is our weak spot. So controlled and so conditioned, our emotions flow so endless. Egos roll and need more vicious reacts to cope with what's within us. That's what forms dissociation, desensitize to God's creation, minimize our own intentions, incentivize to cause division, victimized and not so different. You and I were both so tempted to collide with what God's gifted. Sin is simply an addiction to our pain and troubles vented out in hope someone will listen. But we're so wrapped in our own narcissist upon a throne, if dare I mention. Self-absorbed, we assume we have to be in case of a catastrophe. They must not see my broken visions, then they'd hurt me, can't defend against them. So I turn to others like me who just hide it more close tightly. I project my insecurities, inferiority complex horribly. I call names and I get reckless cause I'm a mess and I can't accept it. My brain can't fathom, can't admit that I am hurt and need assistance from our Lord to guide us back just a little more for our assessment. Of reflection, hard to come by. Someone who will honestly try to be real and accept correction. Cause we identify with our assumptions. If we're wrong, then why not commit suicide? Surely I'm right about something. It's not my fault though that I'm broken. I've been teased and being scolded for my beliefs and for my moments. Now I seek validation cause I'm weak and scared and hating my reflection. I look at you and I see me. Don't offend me, then we're clean. But if you trigger my emotions, then I'll snap and get compulsive. I turn to idols, project authority onto others whom I deem worthy. Anything to deflect my duty to myself and to my crew because my confidence is non-existent. I speak for you cause you are me. We're all one self that can't be seen. It's the truth that will set you free. So let the world go, just let it be.
Oh, yeah. That was the truth. That was amazing.
Thank
I
you.
love how you cut the music and just went right into the spoken word.
Yeah. And I wanted there to be evolution in the writing. So it starts off real like condensed and like overcomplicated and complex to just like this is how it is. It's real easy to follow. Where it's
Yeah.
like the first half of the album isn't, you know.
Unless you really like to speed rap.
Right.
And I like
And
to listen for everything. So,
right.
I want to catch everything. There's some great bars in there.
Thank
Great
you.
bars, great lines.
Thank you.
And that, bacon, eggs, and salami. It's all in there.
Absolutely. Shout out Airboss.
This has been amazing having you here. And thank you so much for letting me go ahead and look at your album with you and get this chance to interview you. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that
I
you
mean,
wish that I would have?
I can't really think of anything. Is there anything else you want to ask? I mean,
Well, I want to ask how many of you went ahead, like, share, subscribed, and went ahead and checked out, set your notifications. Go ahead, check out ConArtist, check out this amazing albums and all the other albums that he has had prior, because this is number 5, right?
right.
John of 5, right? And all the great collaborators that he has worked with on this album. And stay tuned for more. It's 2025 and he's just getting started. I thank you guys all for tuning in. And this is Angified Presents, a very special interview with ConArtist. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Bye. We got ConArtist. Yeah. Make sure you guys go ahead, like, share, subscribe on all platforms. Do it today. Oh, yeah. This is an exclusive interview. We all may be different with opinions and beliefs. But at the end of the day, we are brothers and sisters. We are family. We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world.
I love you, oh loves. Do you have thoughts? Do you wanna share them with me? I love you.